Hey man, I got a riff I'd like you to consider. It's from the song Bertha Lou, Bertha Lou by Clint Miller. I saw a band play this in the 90s a few times and it was just mind-blowing. It's so caveman, knuckle-dragging, primitive, but perfectly focused. If you like stuff like that, this is what the main riff sounds like this. It's pretty much the perfect riff. So it's if you just get that much of it, that's good. But I'm going to give you a little more if you like. I'll just show you that part. It's 2 E's, 2 G's, 2 A's, and then a A sharp, then B. Okay, so that's 00330012. I do downstrokes with the pick, so it's kind of a 12-bar blues thing. I got it listed at 141. I'm working on a transcription. So yeah, I'll just walk you through a little bit of that. The bridge gets a little tricky because I believe it inserted a measure of 2/4, which took me a little bit. I had to kind of clap it out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2. And so it's got that 1, 2, and then it inserted. So that's a little, unusual, but I love it. So the intro is 4 of the E riffs. Then the verse comes in, 4 more E riffs. And then you probably guessed it's going to go over to A, so it's 2 A riffs, exact same thing. Just one string over. And then you go back to the E riff 2 times. The B riff takes a little tiny bit, and then there's a hot lick in there. So the B riff is, that was B, B, D, D, E, E, F, F sharp. 2, 2, 5, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. One more time, slow. That's good exercise for index to pinky. I'm always trying to get my students to get that pinky a little stronger. Yeah, 4 fingers, 4 frets. And then your hot lick, something like this. All 8th notes, there's 8 eighth notes in that measure 14 on my work I have going here. 30303202 or G E D B A sharp A G E. A perfect example of the E blues scale. I love it. And when it's right on the beat, da 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 da, it's just powerful. Okay, then you're back to your main. I'll do it one more time on that. The hot lick. I really hope a few people pick this up. And back to the main riff. Woo! Alright, then verse 2 is going to be same thing. Let me just run through it. 1, 2, verse 2. you got to fit that hot lick right in there, and the yikes. All right, the first bridge, it kind of starts, oh, so that's pretty straight rock. There's no swing feel, but the bridge introduces a little bit of swing, like an A chord. So you could kind of go. It's just some kind of random sloppy strumming, no big deal, just an A chord for 2 bars. But the next bar is kind of tight. It's an E going like, kind of sounds like the Sex Pistols or something. It's very cool. So that's like a E power chord. You slide up to it a half step from E flat or D sharp. Dig it, man. So that's a 6 7 7 7 6 7 7 for a root. And if you add your ring finger, you got a power chord. Yeah, cool. 2 bars of that. Back to your A, some sort of a not distinctive strumming A. I just put, I actually wrote it out like this. Just to be simple, I didn't want to be here all day writing that out. It's not really important. Now, this is where it gets weird. There's a break, and it goes, this is what I think. Okay, one more time. So it's kind of like, what? I had to really work on that. So the break, I believe, is a B5, a quarter note, no, 8th note. B5 is a root and a 5th, B and F sharp, 2 and 4 for fret numbers on the 5th and 4th strings, and then the hot lick, a G, I think it's a quarter note, and then we're going to run through the E blues scale, E, D, B, A sharp, A, G, E, D, B, A sharp, open A, G, quarter note, and then we go to a measure of 2/4 where we go, and then proceed to the next verse. So those are E5 quarter notes. 1, 2. All right, I'm going to click from the bridge and try to get through that. I'm at 141 beats a minute. Let's just see if I can do it without falling apart. Bridge. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't blow that bridge. If you just sit and focus and pick on it, I knew I could do it if I just concentrate and count it out. I've got friends that are like extremely talented, highly educated music major guys that, I have to say, man, can you come over and count this out for me or something? But I'm glad I didn't have to call on them to count it out. Because, if you just like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, you can kind of tell what's a quarter note and what's an 8th note. 1 and 2. So if you assume everything's on a pulse of 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 and so that fill when I go that G hangs a little bit. That's a quarter note. So it's power chord and then a power chord's a 8th note. I said that. And then a quarter note on that G. Then the rest are eighth notes. E, just reviewing D, B, A sharp, A, G, E, D, B, A sharp, open A, big G, quarter note on that. The rest were eighth notes, and then that measure of 2/4, and then you're back and running. So, all right, that's progress. I do have this written out in Guitar Pro if you're interested, or I could send you a PDF, but I would be glad to send you the file so you can just click on it, and it's just kind of fun to look at, you know. I know not everybody's obsessed with this song right now, but you never know. Somebody turned me onto the song at one time, and I appreciate that, man.